Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today we're gonna be talking about a very fucking mainstream game. I don't know why I just cussed. Wow. But anyway, yeah, very mainstream, straightforward game. I know why I cussed. It's because I've been playing GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, the fifth installment of Grand Theft Auto. Actually, no, there's a couple more out there. But anyway, uh, this game has been around forever, so I wouldn't be surprised if this review is in a sense a waste of time. But I finally sat down and replayed it. This is actually one of the only games I've ever played through twice in my life. I'm just not a big believer in replaying through games, unless like that's what they're meant to do, like Resident Evil 2. Um, but other than that, I just don't. But I played this when it came out in 2013 on my Xbox 360, and I played it again in 2020. And the story, I'm only gonna really talk about the story, and that's what I'm focusing on, the campaign, the world. And GTA 5 is basically about, you got three main characters, and I think they're all actually phenomenal. Not phenomenal characters, like they're not. I don't know. I checked out some other reviews before doing this, like I usually do, so I can copy them. No, just to like get the feel of what other people think and all that. And a lot of people just don't like our main characters here. They say they're not memorable. I think they're three really interesting characters to have in such a unique world, or not really unique, but detailed world, or city. It's a giant city. It's what GTA 5 is known for. Is this giant city, Los Santos, and cities in general. It's always been known for Vice City, Liberty City, San Andreas, all that. And here we are, known for Los Santos and Blaine County. These like two, this desert side and this really big inner city side, and you get the point of view from three characters that are written completely like different point of views. You got Franklin, which is more of a hood guy on the upcoming, trying to get more, just get into like big business deals, big not business deals, big crime deals, big crime, heist and shit like that. He's just interested in it. We got Michael, which is the retiree guy that has a family. He used to do crime shit back in the day. He stopped, but now he has a family. He has an extremely hilarious family, in my opinion. He's just got all types of fucked up issues. His wife's cheating. His sons smoke weed and play games. His daughter's a whore. It's just like Michael's got problems, and I've seen that like a lot of people don't like Michael, but I think Michael's my favorite character because he just goes through the most shit. Because he's also got a lot of conflicting issues with his past decisions. With his and his old friend shows up about 20-30% in the game. The third character you play as is Trevor, which is just a psychopath, just a maniac. He's just wild and crazy, and he's hilarious. I think he's. I mean, I know he's just crazy. He's just a psychopath, but I think he's one of my favorite. And if you're gonna say characters aren't memorable in this game, Trevor is fucking memorable. For one, his character model. He's acted by the guy from The Walking Dead. I don't know his name. He's not like a major character, but this guy is also in The Walking Dead. I gave him his like he has a mustache like that goes like this, and that's what he looks like in The Walking Dead. So I gave Trevor that the entire game. And like I said, Trevor's your psychopath. He's also an old friend of Michael, and he doesn't know Michael's around in the beginning of the game until he comes into the fold, and Michael's kind of past haunts him throughout. So like I said, that's why I think I like Michael the most. He has like this inner struggle with his just his past, his ghost, and then his family, and then just trying to get out of it, but also enjoying it. Just he's kind of like the Breaking Bad feel of the game. I could really relate him to maybe Heisenberg or something like that. Maybe not Heisenberg, but yeah, honestly, yeah, Heisenberg or Breaking Bad, Ozark, anything like that. It's just kind of how Michael feels. Trevor is like the psychotic comic relief. Like I said, he's crazy, but it is hilarious and memorable as hell. His intro scene is memorable. My brother remembers it to this day, and just some of the stuff he does is hilarious. Franklin, a lot of people like him the most, and I think it's because he's the most relatable to young people. He's the youngest, obviously, um, and the most hip. But I think he's the most troubled by like stereotypes. He's very much just a hood guy, and like he plays it perfectly. And all three of them are voice acted tremendously. The whole game has tremendous voice acting. Writing is hit or miss, but I think they're all written pretty well. Actually, the three main characters, but Franklin is just basic. He just doesn't really deal with anything personal. He just kind of has friends that hold him back, like most hood people do. He's still dealing with shit in the hood. He's not afraid to do shit. He's constantly saying "yo dog" and fucking this and fucking that. And this game is constantly cussing and talking about ass and titties and rape jokes. I mean, a lot of people's reviews constantly talked about how I don't know why I keep bringing up other people's reviews. I usually don't do that. It's like not good to do. Just make my own thoughts. But people were talking about how this game had a lot of controversy when it came out with like just being so rated R, rated M, just out over the top. And like looking back, like playing it now, personally, I felt nothing when I played the game. I didn't feel weird or anything like that at all. You should be 100% fine playing this game, obviously. Um, but just like it's there, I guess. I don't know, just a warning. But I'm just not even taking that into account. That's not a negative. Uh, yeah, the gameplay itself is a third-person shooter kind of game. The cover system, just like Red Dead, this is a Rockstar game, obviously. And then you can kind of use the auto aim to fucking easily beat the game, or you can take it off and try to play the game yourself. But I don't know. I just kind of played it as easy. I think that's what this game is. It's easy. It's kind of straightforward. Especially the main story is mainly just like a movie you're kind of playing with. And this game, but the thing about Rockstar games, especially, is they do. I learned something playing Rockstar this GTA 5 this time, is that Rockstar games try so hard to immerse you. I remember when Red Dead 2 came out, they had the thing with the horse balls shrink when it gets cold. I was like as much as that was funny, like who the fuck cares? Why would you do that? I kind of see why Rockstar games goes to that effort to do things like that because they want to immerse you so much. And in a game like Red Dead, you kind of got, not super big towns, so you can't really do that with the detail of people and random things that go on in the open world. But like it is just very immersive going around and doing random shit in this world in Los Santos, and and like I said, it's very free in the open world. But when you do the main quest, obviously this game has like one or two flaws, and they're kind of really big flaws, and that's what knocks it down from not being like a great game to me. I mean, it's great, but it's not like 10 out of 10. Uh, and that's just like really being linear when you choose these missions. There's no creativeness in missions. I'm sure you've heard this in tons of GTA 5 videos. But man, it is really, you still feel that to this day in the GTA story. You could just do something in a mission, and if you don't take the direct path, the direct way that the game wants you to do it, it is a mission failed. I never failed this game from fucking dying. I mean, yeah, you do, but just rarely. You always fail the game from just not doing what the game wanted you to do, and there's just no freedom in the main story, except for the only thing you really get to choose is like people you go on heist on, and that's one thing. Heists are a huge high point of this game. Heists in the main story, there's like 4 or 5 heists in the main story, and that's where you kind of do these preparations where the three main characters, sometimes, most of the time the 3 main characters, or 1 or 2 of them, and this guy named Lester, I'm sure we all know who the fuck Lester is, come together and plan a heist, and then you got to do some missions for heist preparation. Steal a fire truck if you need that for the heist, steal some suits, or construction worker suits if you need to blend in, steal some guns, and then you set up the heist, and then you choose people, like random people, sometimes friends, not friends, but people you've met doing missions in the game, side missions even. There's not enough of those to really mention that too much. Like I had like 3 people that I got to join, to where I could choose to help me out on heists. Other than that, it's kind of randomly generated people or just some random people. And depending on what their stats are, these people you choose, they will be better or worse at their job. Whether it's a hacker, you will have more or less time. If it's a gunman, maybe he'll die if he's not that good of a gunman, and you'll lose the money, or he'll just die. You won't have him. But if for some reason they do succeed, their stats go up for the next time you could choose them. I don't know, there just wasn't enough. Some of the heists you didn't even have to choose some of these people, so it just didn't matter that much, but it was really cool to have a glimmer of, like, choices. And also the ending of the game, not to just fast forward to that, but it's kind of interesting to me. I was kind of looking forward to it again, but there is a choice ending at the end. I'm not going to spoil it, because a lot of people have just played GTA for the online mode and have never touched the story. If you're one of those, touch the fucking story sometime. The story is fun as hell, in my opinion. Especially it's easy. Just enjoy it as like a movie, a comedy, a satire. This game is 100% a satire. It makes fun of everything in some of the most accurate, hilarious ways. Very stereotypical ways. But yeah, the ending is where you get to make a choice. There's 3 different endings, and I don't feel like I was told that there's like, I don't know, there's 3 different endings, like I said, and I don't really think any of them are too satisfactory. It just kind of ends abruptly. One's kind of satisfactory, the other 2 aren't really satisfying, and one is just kind of more, it's just kind of abrupt. It's just kind of like, oh, you're done now. And I don't know, maybe I don't know how I could say I wanted more, but I just wanted more emotion maybe out of the ending, but it just wasn't there. But that's just what GTA is, I guess. This is my first and only GTA game I've ever played and reviewed, obviously. I do want to go back and replay like the last 3 GTA games that came out on PS3 and PS2. I definitely will do that. I'm just that type of guy. But I do plan on reviewing a Rockstar game very soon that isn't Grand Theft Auto and it's not Red Dead Redemption. If you know your games, comment down below what game you know or think I am reviewing next. That's a Rockstar game, isn't Red Dead, isn't GTA. I don't know if anyone made it to this far in the video, but if you somehow comment and guess that right, I will do anything you want me to do. But yeah, GTA 5. Like I said, the ending was kind of abrupt. It's very straightforward, and when it comes to doing missions, it's a lot of driving. You always got to drive to where the mission is, and then drive to where the mission is again, or like to start the mission and then to where the mission is. There's constant talking, which I saw someone say that was kind of a negative in the game, and it's not really a negative for me, but it is a thing that's there. Every time you're with someone or just driving around, there's just constant dialogue going on. I actually really enjoyed it. Sometimes it cuts off if you get to the mission too fast. It always cuts off, and there's problems there. But some people hated it. I enjoyed the dialogue, just getting every little detail of these characters' personalities, because everyone has a fucking personality. Whether it is extremely not this game is very not real. Like, it immerses the shit out of you, like I said, with every little detail in the city, and just feeling things out, and especially like the offline mode where you can see animals and you just see all types of planes in the sky. And the city, man, like I said, you could just be up on the mountains looking down and see the Maze Bank, and then you can go to the Maze Bank and go and see the Vinewood sign and go to the Vinewood. I mean, I get you can always do that, but I really love Los Santos. I gotta get that through people's heads. Los Santos, I almost know pretty much better than my own city, like in real life. I can get around Los Santos without the map, probably. It is just something I've experienced over the last 7 years on and off. Especially, I did play the online mode over the last 7 years. In my opinion, the online mode sucks. I mean, it's cool, but if you really want to own some shit and play it consistently, it's going to cost you or a lot of money, a lot of modding, or a lot of time. It's a lot, dude. I would just play it for the story. The story is like 30 to 40 hours long, including side missions, side content, tons of like races and side activities to do, like golfing and shit like that. It's never like great here, but it has a lot to do at the same time. So yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed GTA. Games really struggle to have an interesting character these days, and this game had 3 main interesting characters. And I don't think I'll forget any 3 of them. And yeah, I think it's totally worth checking out the main story if you've only just played the online mode. For sure. Thank you guys. Oh, my final verdict on this game. It's gonna be a 9 out of 10. It's almost like a 10 just because this legendary factor of lasting this long. This game is still popular to this day, 7 years after release. But I'm only reviewing the story, and its flaws and its linearity, no creativeness in what you can do, but creativeness in what the game did. It tells you a story, and sometimes you're doing dumb shit. I forgot to mention how you're just like moving a crane around sometimes. You're just walking around or tailing someone. Lots of tailing missions. But I like the dialogue. I was there for it. I fucked around in first person mode a lot. Played the game in first person. That adds a whole new thing to it. You can play in third or first person, to be honest. And yeah, you also level up over time. You don't really level up, but your stats get better as you do things. The more you run, your stamina gets better. The more you shoot, your shooting gets better. But yeah, I don't know why I'm throwing these things in at the end, but I just want you guys to know all the information you can. Anyway, my final verdict was 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this game, or this review of GTA 5. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.